Hello, Bulldog Nation. Welcome into the press box. Week 6 of the football season, Coach. Like I said, two tabloids congratulated you this week with Coach of the Week, 5A Division I. I said it in the booth. We needed to get the checkbook out and make sure everybody stays for at least 10 years. But walk us through the Barbers Hill game.
Yeah, so Barbers Hill is a really good team, and we were really concerned about their quarterback play, and he definitely showed up the other night and played well, I thought. From the start of the game, offensively, we came out and we moved the ball down the field and we scored. I thought we had a couple of other opportunities in the first half where a penalty may have cost us or a turnover may have cost us from scoring some more points. So we definitely need to clean that up. But the first half, I was really proud of our defense and the way they hung tough and they kind of bend but they don't break and make big plays in key situations. Like Austin Leal had a big pick over on that sideline, and then we had some turnovers, caused the turnover on a handoff exchange, and we were able to capitalize on their mistakes. And in the end, when we got to a point where we were down by, we gave up a kickoff return, and then we got down, and then we were able to reel off 21 straight points. And then hold them off. We got put in a situation we hadn't been in all year where we had to put our hands team out on the field, and they executed great and recovered the onside kick, and we were able to finish the game off.
Yeah, he kind of kicked a fastball over to our hands team. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that big lefty bounce that you get from a left-footed kicker. But one of the things that stood out to me is the mesh and fake. When we run Barnes up the middle and Jackson, one step, he's hitting that hole wide open. Had 3 huge runs for us, put one in the end zone. The mesh and the fake in that play, both times had Barbers Hill's defense running towards for the pitch, and
right.
Outstanding job there. The other thing that stood out in my mind is we had a little adversity coming out in the second half.
Right.
We give up that kickoff return. We kind of go a little bit more 3 and out. Give them back the ball. They score again. Did you feel anything from the players at that point? Did you see anything that was just they never got down, in my opinion?
Right. Well, we were in a similar situation last week against Baytown, or the week before against Baytown Lee, where we were up and they were able to come back and tie the game, and then the team, found a way to win. And like I told the team after the game, we're not finding ways to lose right now. We're finding ways to win. And that's what's key is, we stay together. We're all on this together and understand that we have each other's back. The defense caused a big turnover, and then the offense was able to score. I believe it was a 18 pitch reverse. Kay was able to score on it. And I just thought the execution of plays that are kind of outside of our base offense was really good. We hit them on a quick screen outside to Keenan. We had a reverse. We also had a double handoff reverse down here to Kay. And those are the plays as the head coach you worry about, because you don't practice them as much as you would your base offense. But the players able to execute them and execute them pretty much to perfection. And it makes our whole idea is to play with the defense's eyes and get their eyes in the wrong keys, and when you're able to do misdirection like that, it helps a ton for your offense.
Jamad took, 2 huge shots in that last drive that we went down and scored on the south end. And I know Keenan took a few shots, but you and I were talking beforehand, no major injuries, just normal bumps and bruises so far.
Right.
Nothing setting us back going into this week.
Right, yeah. So, we have some nicks and some bruises and some bumps that we're, working through the training room with. But as far as anything major, we're in pretty good shape.
Last week we were on the field and the wind was just howling in the microphones, but I want you to take us through again a Saturday through kickoff. Talk to us about what you do on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so post game Friday, as far as I'm concerned, I usually don't get home till midnight. Then we're up here as a coaching staff at 7:30. We start watching the film from the night before. 7:30 more in the morning. And we're grading the film. What are we doing good? What are we doing bad? What do we need to improve? What, I mean, it's always about improving in the end. You're never doing anything good enough. So we do that. The players show up at 10 in the morning, and then they lift when they first get here. And then we do a special teams video where the whole team's together, and I'll usually have like a team meeting right before that. And then right after that, they watch their film, and they get critiqued and constructive criticism on the way they played, and to improve it, put that game to bed, and improve. And then the players are done at noon. So on Sunday, the coaches come up. We're usually here around 10 o'clock. Usually here till about 3 o'clock, 3:30, just depending on how much has to be done for that week. Monday morning, the players are here at 6:45 in the morning for game plan meetings. We practice some during fifth period, then we usually practice all the way until 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Usually in a normal week, that's pretty much the same schedule. And then Thursday, we have sub-varsity games where coaches will be, if they're here, they'll be here till about 9 o'clock. If they're on the road, they might not get home till about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock. And then Friday is game day. And Friday, our sub-varsities lift weights, and our varsity team gets ready to play.
And we talk about, scheduling routine is one of the most important things, especially for a high school student. And it bleeds over into the next level also. But JV and freshmen will play on Wednesday.
Right.
So it kind of shortens your Wednesday practice just a little bit also of a normal week.
Yes.
We're on the road, so JV's here, correct?
Right, which is good because most of our varsity coaches are JV coaches, so they'll be here for the majority of our varsity practice. So I mean, that kind of gives us a little bit of an advantage, because our varsity coaches won't have to travel for a JV game.
Right. Will you move over to the grass for Wednesday's practice and let them get going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, the game don't start till 5, and I think we should be able to get everything we need in by 5 o'clock, by around 4:40, 4:45, and we might have to move over there for the last 10 to 15 minutes of it, but we should be able to get most of our work in before the game starts.
Now, speaking of our opponent this week, Kingwood Park, kind of the dark horse. I'm not talking about them or anything like that. It's just that's where they were picked and sitting undefeated now, just as we are. What do you see on the offensive side for Kingwood Park?
Yeah, I think their offensive line is really good. Probably one of the better offensive lines we've seen. They have running back runs the ball hard. Their quarterback does a good job. He's a big kid. He's like 6'5", so we're going to have to be able to, manage that. And they've got a couple receivers that make plays. They like to run the ball, run some RPOs, try to put you in a run-pass conflict. But the key for us is to stop the run. If we can match their line of scrimmage play, I think we'll be okay on defense.
Defensively, for Kingwood Park, what do you see there?
Yeah, they're kind of similar to us on defense, where they don't just necessarily shut people out or completely shut them down, but they bend and they make plays when they need to make plays. So the big thing for us is this consistent drives, be able to finish the drives, and not turn the ball over is definitely a big deal.
Well, they held Crosby to 22 points, I believe.
Right.
Somewhere around
that.
It
was 22, yeah.
22. And then they opened it up late against them. It was close at halftime. It was close, and then they opened it up on. You start to see teams being divided. We know Port Arthur's good. I think I saw Dave Campbell had them ranked up high in the state. There was some other things, but they're going to be pretty good going into it's the fifth week. 0 week makes it sixth week, but into the fifth game, and they're sitting where they are. So I expect them to be a little better than what everybody thought they were. They've proven themselves.
They're going to be a quality opponent for sure.
Yeah, they're going to be there. What time are y'all going to try to leave on Friday?
Around 3:45.
Yeah.
To beat the traffic for sure, to get all the way up to Turner Stadium.
Yeah, it's not easy getting into Turner, no matter which direction you go into. Thursday kickoff, 7 o'clock at Turner Stadium. Coach, good luck. Folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that bell. We need subscriptions on there. It helps out with advertising. It helps across the board. The students that put this on do a great job. I know I pick on them all the time, but they do a great job. The coaches watch all of our stuff, and we really need you to subscribe. I think there was about 1,300 people last week that watched the football game that didn't subscribe, and we need those numbers. So please subscribe, log in. I know that's probably what costs most of it, is people don't want to log in, but log in, subscribe, and hit that bell. You will not miss a single thing. Girls will be here Friday. They'll be in the Bulldog Center. You'll get to probably hear Keely Cummins again, because there'll be some we'll be broadcasting from that. But folks, we appreciate it. Coach, thank you for taking time out today. Congratulations on Coach of the Week again. I know I gave you a rough time, but it was well deserved this week.
I read it as coaching staff.
The coaching staff does a good job. I'm not going to say that because I don't want people to think that you don't work. But I did make fun of you a couple times down there this past week, and I'm sure you heard it on the. I'm sure you did. But,
no, I just heard what you said at the end.
That's the only thing that matters, right? Coach Adams did a great job. So your coordinators and your coaching. You see coaching on the sideline, and that is big time. And it reflects, and you get the award, but it does reflect on what you're doing. They're doing a great job. Folks, we'll be here every week that we can. We really appreciate you. Again, please subscribe, hit the bell. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.